Hi, I'm Jen Lehman, co-founder of Property Elite, Chartered Surveyor and APC Assessor. At Property Elite, we provide training and support for the APC, Asset RICS and FRICS qualifications. We cover all routes, pathways and geographic regions via our team of specialist consultants and trained assessors. This also includes the senior professional, specialist, academic and direct entry routes. Today's podcast will help you check that you're on the right path with your RICS APC final assessment submission. This is essential listening for all APC candidates. Your final assessment submission is the first item that your assessors will see, helping them to form that vital first impression. It also provides the basis of your interview. Your assessor's questioning will concentrate upon the experience that you write about. It's definitely worth putting the effort in to provide a professional, complete and comprehensive document, giving you a head start on your assessment day. All candidates now submit using the Assessment Resource Centre, ARC. In-flight arrangements for existing candidates have been phased out by RICS. Your final submission includes your candidate details, summary of experience, case study, CPD record and ethics certificate. The summary of experience tells the assessors about your experience. Depending on your choice of competencies, you'll need to attain one of three levels. Level 1 relates to knowledge and understanding. This is about explaining what you know through your university studies perhaps, distance learning, work experience or CPD. Level 2 relates to the application of knowledge and understanding. This goes one step further than level 1 and requires you to put practical examples of how you've applied what you've learnt. Level 3 relates to reasoned advice and depth of knowledge. This is the pinnacle of demonstrating competence and requires you to have given reasoned advice or professional recommendations to clients. You should be self-sufficient with minimal supervision, i.e., a safe, professional and competent pair of hands. Level 3 requires you to explain specific examples in your final assessment submission. You have 1,500 words for your mandatory competencies and 4,000 for your technical competencies, roughly equating to 150 to 200 words per level per competency. When it comes down to it though, this isn't much, so you'll need to write succinctly and coherently. The case study requires you to write 3,000 words on a project you've been involved with over the past 2 years. And then the CPD record, which is also extremely important, and not just for the APC. It's an essential part of being a chartered surveyor and will boost your career prospects in the long term. RICS require you to undertake and record a minimum of 48 hours of CPD per year, of which at least 50% must be formal. Formal CPD entails structured learning relevant to your specialism, generally with an assessment at the end or involving interaction with others in a formal setting. If you're undertaking your structured training concurrently with the final year of an accredited degree, then some of this study time can count towards your CPD. You also need to ensure that you're recording learning outcomes and sufficient detail within your CPD record. But remember, in your final assessment interview, you may be questioned about your CPD. So know what you've done and remember the key points. So how can you get your documents right first time? Number 1, ensure you include 2 to 3 specific examples of your experience in each of levels 2 and 3, as appropriate to your competency choices. Number 2, proofread to ensure that your submission is client ready. Number 3, make sure it's your own work. RICS have a system called Turnitin to check for plagiarism. 4, don't miss the deadlines. And number 5, make your submission neat, professional and coherent. So when will your final assessment interview be? You can select your priority assessment dates during the submission process on ARC. However, your interview date will not be confirmed by RICS by email until roughly 3 weeks beforehand. And remember, all final assessment interviews are now conducted online. So how will your final assessment interview be structured? The first 10 minutes involves your case study presentation. The next 10 minutes includes your presentation questioning. The next 30 minutes is your assessor's questioning, And then the final 10 minutes is the chairperson's questioning, focusing on your mandatory competencies, ethics, and rules of conduct. Here are our 5 top tips for success in your online final assessment interview, based on our experience of providing many e-mock interviews to successful candidates, as well as our experience of assessing for the RICS. Number 1, test out the system well in advance, checking that your microphone and video both work and are at the appropriate volume and brightness levels. A common issue is making sure that your microphone and webcam are turned on. Number 2, make sure your device or laptop is plugged in to avoid running out of power during your interview. Number 3, don't forget you're on camera. The assessors will still pick up on both verbal and non-verbal cues, so don't forget body language and facial expressions during your time on camera. Number 4, review the visual aid you intend to use for your presentation. It'll pay to keep this as simple and easy to read as possible. Ideally, just one clear page that the assessors can read and you can screen share. And number 5, don't treat your interview differently from how you would if it was face-to-face or if you were in a client meeting. Present professionally, prepare well, and be confident in your abilities as a future chartered surveyor. Don't forget, the best way to prepare yourself would be by booking an e-mock interview with Property Elite. It'll mirror your online interview with RICS and help to boost your confidence, not only in your practical knowledge and experience, but also your interview setup and presentation on camera. If you're concerned about any aspect of the new online interview process, just send us a message using the chat box on our website or sign up for a free 15-minute consultation. We're really experienced in providing online e-mock interviews for all pathways, routes and world regions, so we'll be able to provide you with relevant, helpful advice on the process and how you can become MRICS. That's it for today's podcast. Remember, you can book in your free 15-minute consultation via our website. We can also provide feedback on your referral or prelim review report. If you head to our website, you can also access our other free support resources, including our ebook guides, podcasts, videos, quizzes, blog, and CPD newsletter. We can't wait to work with you, so thank you for listening, and I'll see you next week.